Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Nitin Joshi, Professor in Urology with teaching experience of 25 years, working as consultant neurosurgeon in Panvel for more than 30 years. Today, we will discuss surgical management of hydrocele. To the urologist, hydrocele is presented as a scrotal swelling. By definition, hydrocele is abnormal collection of thin watery serous fluid in some part of processus vaginalis, commonly tunica vaginalis. This is called as hydrocele. To diagnose a scrotal swelling as hydrocele, criteria are: one can get over top of swelling, that is, it rules out associated hernia. Clinically, this scrotal swelling is cystic in consistency and it shows transillumination test positive. Also, if the scrotal swelling is more than 2 cm in size, then fluctuation test is positive. Relevant anatomy: scrotum is a bag or sac or pouch of skin with its fascia containing testes, epididymis and lower part of spermatic cord. The layers of the scrotum from outside in are: first layer of scrotum is skin, which is continuation of skin of anterior abdominal wall. Second layer of the scrotum is dartos fascia, which is continuation of superficial fascia of anterior abdominal wall. Third layer of scrotum is external spermatic fascia, which is continuation of external oblique aponeurosis muscle of anterior abdominal wall. Fourth layer is cremasteric fascia, which is derived from internal oblique and transversus abdominis muscles of anterior abdominal wall, while the fifth layer, that is innermost layer, is internal spermatic fascia, which is derived from fascia transversalis of anterior abdominal wall. The spermatic cord suspends male gonad testes in scrotum. The entire testicular parenchyma is surrounded by thick connective tissue capsule called tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea is in turn covered by double-layered sac, which is a serous sac called tunica vaginalis. And tunica vaginalis is derived from embryonic peritoneum called processus vaginalis. After descent of testes, the upper part of the processus vaginalis gets obliterated at level of internal ring, while lower part of processus vaginalis gets obliterated just above the testes. So, part in between the point of obliteration gets obliterated to form a fibrous cord, but the lower part of processus vaginalis in relation to testes persists and is called tunica vaginalis. This tunica vaginalis is made up of two layers: inner visceral, which lines tunica albuginea, and outer parietal, which lines the inner surface of scrotum. Testes has rich nerve supply through autonomic nerves. In embryonic life, testes develop in retroperitoneum, in abdominal cavity, in lumbar region from gonadal ridge. So, testes is supplied by sympathetic nerves arising from T10 segment of the spinal cord. These nerves course along the side of gonadal vessels, that is testicular artery and pampiniform plexus, and these nerves are carried in spermatic cord. The knowledge of distribution of nerve supply to testes is important while performing any testes on particularly when any surgery is performed under local anesthesia. The constituents of the spermatic cord are vas, artery to vas, testicular artery, or testicular artery is also called as gonadal artery or internal spermatic artery. Next constituent is cremasteric artery or external spermatic artery, pampiniform plexus, genital branch of genitofemoral nerve, sympathetic plexus, which is called testicular plexus, sympathetic plexus around artery to vas, lymphatics of testes and epididymis, fibrofatty areolar tissue, and remains of processus vaginalis. Hydrocele repair can be performed under local anesthesia. When performed under local anesthesia, patient can start taking orally immediately, and hence patient can be discharged from hospital on the same day. Thus, it will be a daycare procedure, and hence the cost to the patient will be less. Drugs commonly used for local anesthesia are plain 1% lignocaine or xylocaine, or 2% lignocaine or xylocaine, and 0.5% sensorocaine or bupivacaine. Maximum dose of plain 2% lignocaine or xylocaine is 5 to 7 mg per kg. The 2% lignocaine means 20 milligram of lignocaine in 1 cc. So for average patient, that is 50 kg weight of the patient, the requirement of lignocaine will be 250 to 350 milligram, that is 12 to 17 cc of 2% plain lignocaine, while maximum dose of 0.5% sensorowcaine or bupivacaine is 2 milligram per kg, where 5 milligram of bupivacaine is equal to 1 cc. So the patient with average weight of 50, the maximum dose will be 100 milligram, and that will be approximately 20 cc of 0.5% bupivacaine. In case of hydrocele repair under local anesthesia, this local anesthesia is actually a type of infiltration anesthesia where it causes even nerve block. While giving local anesthesia, explain the procedure of giving anesthesia to the patient. After parts prepared, painted and draped, that is painted with povidone iodine and draped. Draping means isolating the surgical area from rest of the surrounding area, thereby preventing contamination of operative field by transient flora present in sweat and sebum, which are constantly being secreted. While giving the local anesthesia, after parts are prepared, painted, draped, initially make a vial, very small vial at the site of giving the injection, where you are giving only a small dose of local anesthetic drug. Similarly, inject small amount of local anesthetic drug along the line of incision so as to create a vial. So, first site will be at the neck of the scrotum, where there will be starting of the spermatic cord, and second site of injection will be along the line of incision. Before actually giving the dose, first inject a very small amount to make a vial, so that while injecting the entire dose there will be less pain. Initial injection, since being close to the skin surface, it blocks even cutaneous nerves, which are mainly important for carrying pain sensation. Then the anesthetic drug is injected to deeper tissues. Before injecting local anesthetic drug in tissues, always aspirate to confirm that needle is not in vessel. While injecting local anesthetic drug, needle should be moving. In view of risk of hypersensitivity to the anesthetic drugs causing mild to severe allergic response like anaphylactic shock, emergency drugs should be kept ready. The emergency drugs like injection adrenaline, injection atropine, injection glycopyrrolate, injection efcorlin, injection dexamethasone, injection soda bicarb, injection avil, injection calcium gluconate, injection derifylin, injection aminophylline and oxygen should be kept ready. Now the steps of giving local anesthesia while doing hydrocele repair. To block the sympathetic innervation to testes, which is from T10 segment of the spinal cord, nerves carrying pain sensation to the testes are present in the lower part, that is beginning of the spermatic cord at the neck of the scrotum. So this should be blocked by giving the local anesthetic. The side on which spermatic cord is to be infiltrated, on that side testis is slightly pulled down so as to relax the cremaster muscle. Grasp the spermatic cord at neck of the scrotum with left hand by placing thumb in front while index finger behind the spermatic cord. Infiltrate cord with 2% lignocaine without adrenaline and 0.5% sensorcaine. In addition to infiltration of the spermatic cord, infiltrate even the scrotal skin, dartos muscle along the line of incision, and after the tunica vaginalis is exposed, that is after the incision, even inject at the lower pole of the testes, so that you block all the sympathetic nerves to testes. Since local anesthetic drugs take some time, wait for some time. Test that local anesthetic drug has acted by tooth forceps. Now ask an assistant to fix and make hydrocele tense by fixing between middle finger and ring finger of both hands. With 20 number blade, make incision of adequate length on the scrotum, which is the skin should be relatively free from the cutaneous blood vessels and should be parallel to median raphe. The skin incision is deepened to cut the deeper layers, that is dartos fascia, external spermatic fascia, cremastic fascia, and internal spermatic fascia. There are multiple small blood vessels present in the dartos muscle. So after incising dartos muscle, it is very important to achieve meticulous hemostasis of these multiple small blood vessels so as to prevent postoperative scrotal hematoma and superior infection causing abscess. After incising all the layers of the scrotal wall, bluish colored sac is seen. This sac is due to abnormal collection of thin watery serous fluid between visceral and parietal layer of tunica vaginalis. The sac is dissected from surrounding scrotal layers all around, and then the testis with sac is delivered out of the scrotal layers. The sac is punctured with stab knife and 2 mosquitoes are applied on the either side of stab puncture. Then the puncture site is extended on either side under vision, thereby protecting testes and epididymis to drain all the fluid in kidney drain. While draining, note the quantity and quality of the fluid drain. Testes and epididymis are examined for presence of any unexpected pathology. If the sac is too large or thick, then with cautery, sac is partially excised, taking care to prevent injury to the tunica vaginalis where it is attached to the testes. That is on the posterior aspect where the testis receives blood supply. Testis receives blood supply to the mediastinum testis, which is actually the site of thickening of tunica albuginea. Then the remaining sac is everted and edges are sutured with absorbable suture material like 2-chromic catgut, continuous interlocking sutures. But when the sac is not too thick or too big, then Jabolet's technique is followed. That is, after incising the sac and draining the thin watery serous fluid, without excising, the sac is everted behind the cord with absorbable suture material like 2-chromic catgut. Now the testis is reposited back in the scrotum, taking care to prevent torsion of testes. That is, by placing testes in such a way that the epididymis is facing posterolaterally. If there is excision of too thick or too big sac is carried out, then better to put corrugated drain for 48 hours or till the drain stop functioning, and then the scrotal layer should be closed by interrupted sutures. Normally, scrotal layers are closed with 2-chromic catgut interrupted sutures. Taking care to achieve hemostasis in the dartos, then rest of the scrotal layers are closed by interrupted sutures. Skin is closed with vertical mattress suture. Condy's dressing is given for compression and elevation, thereby preventing edema, oozing and hence pain. The complications of the surgery are on table, that is primary hemorrhage, injury to the testes, injury to epididymis or spermatic cord. Post-op, there can be reactionary hemorrhage, scrotal hematoma, scrotal abscess. Contraindications to the hydrocele repair are in presence of testicular tumor or secondary hydrocele, where treatment of underlying cause is the treatment for secondary hydrocele. And third, in presence of severe gross infection of the scrotal skin. Thank you very much.